It's time for another episode of everyone's favorite show, Know Your Czars.
Yes, that's right. As I told you yesterday, the White House is very upset with me and the information that I've been giving out all week on the czars. They're not denying things like, Van Jones' history as an admitted radical communist and the fact that he's never disavowed that. They're upset that we're calling him a czar. That's their complaint. I've shown the history of a guy who is literally founding revolutionary communist organizations around America, and they don't like what I've been putting on his virtual business card. He's not a czar. He's a special advisor. Yesterday, the liberal blogs became very upset with this little old radio segment on the radio. Why? Shocking surprise. They had the exact same complaint as the White House. Yesterday, in this segment, I called Peter Orszag the budget czar. The budget czar. Weird how the White House and liberal blogs are worried about the same thing at exactly the same time. But at least they're consistent, because I'm sure you can remember the outrage on the left when the Christian Science Monitor was calling him the budget czar, or when CNN was calling him the budget czar, or all of that incredible outrage from the left when Rachel Maddow called him the budget czar during an interview with the budget czar. Oh, and do you remember the picket lines on the left when Business Week was using the term budget czar under the Bush administration? Or the left just hated it when Bush was treated unfairly? I think I've hit a new high point here. I can get attacked from the left even when I'm quoting Rachel Maddow. That is impressive. Anyway, let's get to today's czar. He's the sort of guy who understands a really good meal, although, he can be a bit of a downer at a dinner party. When you grill up a nice steak on a grill, when it's seasoned and sizzling just in that perfect way, and when you slowly place those grilled onions right on top. Yes.
I have a guess.
Yes.
Is it Bobby Flay?
No. I'm sorry. I don't think you guys understand what a czar is. Is it? No, even Rachel Maddow understands that. Anyway, you have this pile of perfectly sizzling steaks smothered with grilled onions. You walk over to the table and set them down right there on the...
Wait, is it Emerald Lagasse?
Okay, it's not time to...
Emerald.
It's not time to... No, it's...
Bam!
So you have the steak, you bring it to the table, and this is where that czar is sitting during the dinner party. And he's likely to say something like this.
With the previous speakers, I believe that human interests certainly count in the overall balance. But most of the time, the problem is animal interests are not counted at all. They have zero weight. In the long run, if this is correct, our willingness to subject animals to unjustified suffering will be seen, as Bentham and Mill thought, as a form of unconscionable barbarity, not the same as, but in many ways morally akin to, slavery and mass extermination of human beings.
Okay, in case you missed what he was saying there and applauded for, was quoting, our willingness to subject animals to unjustified suffering will be seen as a form of unconscionable barbarity, morally akin to slavery and the mass extermination of human beings. Can anybody pass the A1? Okay, do you know the name of the czar? Yes.
Is it Paula Deen?
No, sorry. Know the name of the czar?
Yes. Chef Boyardee.
Okay, no, it's not. All right, today's czar is Cass Sunstein, our fabulous regulatory czar. Surely his comparison between your steak and the Holocaust couldn't possibly leak into his job, writing just about every regulatory control we have on pretty much everything. But at least you'll know what's coming when you know your czar. I'm sorry. When you when you know your I got it. When you know your special advisors.
Ooh, sorry. Just like everyone who plays this game, you lose. But at least you'll die a little smarter just for listening to Know Your Czars.
By the way, do we have the Bill Maher audio from yesterday? Do you remember yesterday, Bill Maher had just a burst of honesty from the left. He said that Obama should just force health care through, whether people wanted it or not, because they were too stupid. Listen up.
But yeah, I mean, they're talking about 60 votes. They need forget this stuff. 60. You can't get Americans to agree on anything. 60%. 60% of people don't believe in evolution in this country. He just needs to drag them to it. Like I just said, they're stupid. Just drag them to this. Get health care done, with or without them. Make the gang of 6 an offer they can't refuse. This Max Baucus guy, he needs to wake up tomorrow with an intern's head in his bed.
Okay, stop. Whew. We're just too stupid to understand it. And then what we should do is we should make an offer the gang of 6 can't refuse. And if that's not mob enough for you, then we should just have somebody wake up with a intern's head in their bed. Now, the clip from Rachel Maddow where she called the budget czar a budget czar. We were looking for this yesterday because the White House is upset with me. And the liberal media is upset with me for calling czars czars. The budget czar in particular has come up from the White House and now from the liberal press. Well, the budget czar, when she called him the budget czar, has another moment of honesty, although not quite as blunt. Listen up.
Actually, this is a transcript here, Glenn.
We don't have the audio?
There's no audio on this one.
Okay, here it is. The brewing conservative attack on this new budget is that you're soaking the rich to pay for all of the spending. That sort of reverse class warfare. To pay for the spending and to pay for this sort of down payment on health care plans. What is your response to that, both politically and as a budget czar? Orzag says, well, this is exactly President campaigned on. Soaking the rich to pay for all this spending. That's exactly what the president campaigned on. Again, as we emerge from the recession, we need to get these deficits under control. That's going to require some shared sacrifice. Again, this is fully consistent with what the president campaigned on. There's the budget czar, as Rachel Maddow called him, basically admitting that they ran their campaign on soaking the rich. Well, they ain't lying. They told all of us this was going to happen before he was elected. They told us that they were going to fundamentally transform America. And they are. Now, we deserve the government that we get. Are we awake enough now to make new choices?